Hello and welcome to Mike's Tech Reviews. Today we are unboxing and reviewing the Razer Deathadder V2 gaming mice. I'll go over the specs and features as I unbox the Deathadder V2. Its main features are the optical switches for the left and right mouse button. Razer states that these switches' response times are one, if not the fastest, and avoids unintended clicks, an issue that is common in traditional mechanical switch mice. The Deathadder V2 is measured 127mm by 61.7mm by 42.7mm with an ergonomic shape. It's a very apparent characteristic when I handle the mouse. I have a fairly large hands, and this is the most comfortable mice I've ever tried. The first time I never felt pain as I adjusted to the shape. The past experiences with the Logitech G403, G102 and the Cougar Avenger S have an adjustment period as my hand feel fatigued to start and get used to it later on. This mouse is aimed mostly for FPS gamers. Apart from the two main buttons and scroll wheel, there are two thumb buttons as well as the DPI increase and decrease buttons. This button layout is sufficient for most FPS games in general use, but if you play MOBAs, MMORPGs, RTS or use a lot of macros, you're better off with a different mouse. The Razer Synapse software unlocks a lot of customization for Razer devices. For the Deathadder V2, you can assign different functions for all the buttons, even macro. You can adjust sensitivity stages, polling rate, and RGB lighting. However, to fully unlock the lighting features, you need to install Razer Chroma Studio. Still, with the limited RGB settings you get with Synapse, it is sufficient and the lighting is bright and vivid. All of these customizations can be assigned to a profile. Each profile can then be assigned to separate games or programs so that it is activated when you are actively playing or using those programs. We'll compare now the Deathadder V2 to my previous mouse, the Logitech G403 Hero. They have a fairly similar shape and size, with the Razer mouse being 82 grams versus the 87.3 grams of the G403. A big difference when it comes to shape is the lack of the rear hump on the Deathadder. This rear hump is what made the G403 uncomfortable for me when I use a hybrid claw and palm grip on it. It adds pressure on my palm that fatigues my hands on long use. Another difference between the two are the cables. The Deathadder V2 comes with what Razer calls SpeedFlex cable. It's lightweight and very flexible despite being sleeved. The fabric material is closer to cotton, though this is probably some form of a synthetic material. The G403 also comes with a sleeved cable but is very stiff and heavy feeling. Cables can introduce resistance to the usage of the mouse depending on how flexible they are or not. When I bought the Razer Deathadder V2, I was looking for a replacement for my G403 as it started showing the double click issue. I lost too many Apex Legends rounds with it as their issue interfered with firing weapons. It was the optical switches that I sought after as I really wanted a mouse that would not suffer the double click issue. I was fairly surprised at how much more comfortable it is compared to the mice I've used before, as well as a very feature-rich software. The transition from the G403 in both use and software was very smooth and I didn't find issues at all. However, only time will tell if these optical switches will last and not exhibit any clicking issues. I'd be very much happy if it lasted even just a year, as most of my old mice lasted less than 10 months. If you're looking for an ergonomic mouse for FPS games, great customizations and potential reliability, I highly recommend the Razer Deathadder V2. It's quickly becoming my favorite mouse. I bought this mouse in Lazada, Philippines for 2,995 pesos, excluding shipping fees. In North America, they cost between $55 to $70 minus shipping fee and taxes on Newegg and Amazon. If you prefer a smaller size, there's the Deathadder V2 Mini, which is more affordable. For wireless, the Deathadder V2 Pro, which is above $100. That's it for my unboxing and review of the Razer Deathadder V2 gaming mice. If you liked it, please click the like button. If you disliked it, I hope you also comment down below any constructive criticism before you click the thumbs down button. I am new to all of this and I am willing to improve using viewer feedback. If you'd like to see more, consider subscribing. Thank you for watching. Till the next video.